Did one Denver Bronco pitch a perfect game yesterday? You know, you'll have football people that will tell you that there is no such thing as playing a perfect game. That there will always be something to clean up, or that some one jot or tittle, something so minute didn't go right, your technique or whatever it was on any particular play. There's always room for improvement. You'd be hard pressed to find it with the football game that Justin Simmons played yesterday. That dude is balling out of control. He finished with 8 tackles. 2 of those were for a loss. By the way, if you have listened to Stokley and Zach for any duration of time, starting with the summer, you know how we have been singing the praises of Justin Simmons since training camp. He was the star of camp. I believe the number was 6 interceptions hauled in by Justin Simmons during training camp. And he has carried that over into the regular season and has been one of the most consistent Denver Broncos across the board, either side of the ball. Justin Simmons, he's been that dude. But his safety blitz on 3rd and 1 yesterday with 4 minutes left that went for a loss of 3 and ultimately it brought up a 4th and 4. It ended the football game. Justin Simmons made the play that the Broncos defense has not been able to make. The play that they couldn't make against the Bears. The play that they didn't make against the Jags. The play that woulda, coulda, shoulda against the Indianapolis Colts. Justin Simmons did. He did when he dropped Nick Chubb behind the line of scrimmage. At that point, there's 4 minutes left in the football game. The ball, guys, don't forget, the ball is on the Broncos' 25. They need a touchdown to take the lead. A field goal is not going to do it. They are right on the doorstep of the red zone. They are deep into enemy territory. It's 3rd and 1, and someone needed to make a play. And it was Justin Simmons. And I am so happy for that dude because, again, if you have listened to this program for any legitimate duration, you know our relationship with Justin Simmons is great. That's why we can sort of poke fun at him sometimes when he's at the podium. We interview him every single year, one-on-one at training camp now for 3 years in a row, Stokley and I. He is always so gracious with his time, and he's just a good dude. And you talk about a guy, and I've been saying this for weeks now, really saying it since the preseason. I think that John Elway needs to call Justin Simmons and his agent into the office, and I think that they need to get a deal done. Because with each passing week, with games like yesterday's, Justin Simmons is not getting any cheaper, guys. He's not. And last week, I used the barometer of Adrian Amos's contract. Now, you can say, oh, Adrian Amos is, I saw people when I did this last week, like, oh, Amos is a better safety than Justin Simmons. I don't know about all that. Justin Simmons is a hell of a player, and he's an ascending player. But I look at the contract from Adrian Amos because that's a recent sample from this past offseason. So we know the way that the safety contracts were, or just all NFL contracts, or all sporting contracts, right? That you sort of, use the most recent sample as your new threshold. So I look at Adrian Amos's contract because he's been in the league for the same duration as Justin Simmons. They're basically the same age. So I think that is a good reference point. Adrian Amos signed a 4-year, $36 million contract with the Packers this past offseason. He was coming from Vic Fangio's Bears defense, if you remember. $11 million of that was a signing bonus, $12 million guaranteed, annual average salary of $9 million. That's probably what you're looking for, or within that window. I'm not saying a carbon copy, but within that same sort of window of reference of Adrian Amos' contract. If he continues to do what he's doing here, Justin Simmons, that could very well be the floor of the number. And I'm wondering if the Broncos are risking that price tag rising if they continue to wait to get a deal done. Like, he's your homegrown guy. Like, for all the draft struggles that John Elway and the Broncos have had, Justin Simmons is one of the true bright spots that has done it for a couple different years, that over the course of years, he's instilled enough optimism that he can be truly the guy here moving forward. But I'll tell you what, there's another side to that coin. I gave you the Broncos side. There's the side to the Justin Simmons coin where I'm not sure if he is going to be even open to that. Like, if you're Justin Simmons' agent, now if you want to say, okay, well, let's just say John Elway came in tomorrow. Hey, Justin calls him up. I know it's the bye week, but I want to talk to you about something serious. We want to make you a Bronco. This is where you belong. I believed in you when I drafted you out of Boston College. This is where you belong. Here's your deal. It's a 4-year, $36 million deal. $12 million of it is guaranteed. And, what do you think? You don't have, you could sign this up right now. Take care of your family for the rest of your life. Step into generational money. I know you have a daughter, Justin. Let's get this done. I mean, if you're his agent, do you just say, dude, continue to do over the next 7 football games what you've done over the last 9 football games, and that $12 million deal, or that $12 million guaranteed, we're going to sneeze at that because it's going to be $18 million guaranteed, and it's going to be from the blankety blank team. That I believe is 2 real and separate conversations that are happening. One at Dove Valley and one between Justin Simmons and his agent. And if I'm Justin, I just put myself in his shoes for just a half a second, I don't think I take any deal. I think I keep balling.